Hello guys, and welcome to a different type of video, and this is sort of scenario mode or challenge mode that I wanted to do, and I hope it becomes a series. Leave a comment down below if you want it to become a series. So we are going to try and win the Canadian Grand Prix as Daniel Ricciardo in the Toro Rosso. So not a particularly easy challenge, but we are going to try and do it nonetheless, and hope that it provides an entertaining video. So as you can see, we're in the garage here, just sorting out setup and stuff, just looking at track layouts and weather, just briefly there, just getting a glimpse of it, and selecting the strategy. As you see, I qualified 11th, so I'm going to start on the option tyres, and just looking over at my teammate doing the usual glare. You know, you always have to look your teammate right in the eye and say, I'm gonna beat you. And yeah, then finally decide, right, enough playing around, and get onto the track. So anyway, not expecting the first race around here that I've ever done in Formula 1 2013 to be an absolutely thrilling race, but we're going to try and make it one. And as you can see, Sebastian Vettel's on pole, which isn't good because he's probably going to walk away with it. So our teammate down in 18th there, which is really nice. He's going to be able to help us a lot through these couple of laps. So anyway, the lights are going here. We are going to go to lights out, and away we go. And we get a better start than Button, but sort of delay the second gear shift a bit and run into the back of Webber there, outbraking everybody. But we're going to stick with it as Webber just, you know, loses his whole car there and providing us a fantastic gap. So we're going to take that and roll with it. And as Alonso clatters into the barrier, Massa clatters into him. Nice Ferrari tactics and team orders there. But anyway, we're going to go right round the inside of Massa and just cut him off there. And almost like a train already behind us, which isn't good. We need to close up to the three cars actually in front of us, and maybe take one or two of them in this first stint. Obviously, going from 11th to 4th is already good, but as you can see, Sebastian Vettel isn't in the lead, so that's good. At least we won't have to see him walk away with it just yet. But obviously we got to be careful because Massa is right behind us and looking to grab a position from us. Also, don't know why, but there's cars being held up. And as Hamilton slows down a lot there, and we have to go over the curb to avoid him. So he's obviously got some problem or been cut off or hit something, etc. But also behind Massa and Hamilton there is a gap to the cars behind them, which I can't understand or explain at this current moment. I still can't, well, probably never be able to figure out what happened. Anyway, trying to close down on Vettel now. We've really got to put the pressure on them because they do make small mistakes, not very big ones, but they lose a bit of lap time if you're right behind them. So what we want to do, skipping to lap 3, nothing's happened really. What we have to do is just stick behind them, wait for them to make a mistake as we make our own mistake, and auto slow down once again screws us over. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe? No, 4 cars get past us then, so absolutely fantastic job. Nice job, Codemasters. I know it's not my job to cut the corner, but you could do it. You could tell me it in a nicer way than just slowing my car down and making it spin. But anyway, we're going to try and make up a few places here. We've already got one car out of the way, Webber, and going right down the inside of Perez, a replica move of the one we did on Massa in lap 1. And once again, we're behind Hamilton, so we've got to close down on Hamilton, who's obviously got some sort of problem there. His car not looking very good in a straight line as we're just beginning to close in on him now. So he's obviously got some sort of problem, his car not running 100%, or he's just not on the pace this race, which is unusual for Canada. I would have thought they would have made Lewis Hamilton one of the fastest people around here. He did qualify second, I think, so no idea why the pace is not good there, but we nearly clatter into the wall of champions there, and we've got straight past Hamilton, skipping to lap 7 now. And as you can see, Hamilton's fallen right off the pace, creating a train of cars. And we are catching up now, setting the fastest lap of the race. We're catching up to Alonso and looks like Massa ahead of him. As Alonso goes really wide, like on lap 1, nearly clatters it into the barrier. And we're going to do another move down the inside here. This looks to be our favourite passing location here. And we are going to take that position while staying purple on our lap time. So this looks like it's really going to be good, skipping forward to lap 9, and we once again lock up a bit into there, nearly getting auto braked again, but we are looking to get past Massa here and really trying to make him make a mistake there. As you can see, he gets a bit of oversteer, but nothing much. If anything, we're making the mistakes there by getting it over the curbs and not getting a good exit, so we're going to really throw it aggressively over the curbs there. And as you can see, our tyre wear is not that bad, but we're going to have to monitor it.
You're within 1 second of the car ahead. Get ready to use DRS to overtake.
As our engineer suggests that we use DRS on the next opportunity to pass him, so we're going to look to do that. We're going to look to have a good turn, good exit, and good turn in the hairpin, just to get that extra bit of speed to be able to get the DRS. And our chance might be gone here, as we have a problem with our KERS, and that makes us lock our keeping our focus, and it makes us lock our rear brakes a bit because the unit's not working properly. So we had all of that KERS to use up, we cannot use any of it, and it's really made our task of overtaking Massa well, it's a bit more difficult now with no KERS, because obviously he can defend a bit better. And also we've got to get got to be very careful with the braking now, because if our engineer could stop talking, if that KERS failure has caused some problem with the rear axle, we could see ourselves spinning out in the braking zone. So KERS is back now, so hopefully we can attack on the next DRS straight as we switch it up into Rich, trying to see if we can get that little bit more speed to stay in the slipstream. It looks like it's worked, as I think that's the DRS detection zone there. Braking really late, wanting to get the cut back, and really slow on power, as we know this Toro Rosso doesn't use its tyres, it shreds them, and then, especially the rear ones, it shreds them and then just scatters them on track in form of marbles. So yeah, our tyre wear is not going to be very good, but lacking sort of downforce and top speed, so, and acceleration for that matter. So it's not going to be the best of races for us. It's going to be a challenging one, but that's what we like. We like a challenge, so bring it on, as I said. Anyway, we got past Massa, we are up into the podium points, and it looks like Sebastian Vettel and Nico Rosberg have got way in front of us, as Massa trying to cut back on us, and oh god, he brakes really early, and we caused contact there. Yeah, we caused a collision. Not much we could have done about that, because we didn't really expect him to be braking that early, but nonetheless, good to see the AI trying for aggressive passes. But we're lap 17 now, our tyres are not in that good a state, and we hold up Sebastian Vettel and Nico Rosberg there, and just waiting to go into the pits now on the prime tyres. And as you can see, both Sebastian Vettel and Nico Rosberg have got out in front of us. I think I saw Nico Rosberg on the primes though, but Sebastian Vettel, if we can catch a glimpse there, he's on options. So Sebastian Vettel is on options, and as we get the radio message, that Nico Hulkenberg has yet to pit there. He's on the option tyres, so that's Sauber obviously having better tyre wear, or his teammate Gutierrez is in front of him and he's had to make a different pass. Sebastian Vettel looks like he got held up then, and as you can see, we're trying to pass a load of cars here, and there's our teammate, so we're going to look to see if he doesn't hold us up, but he goes really wide trying to avoid us, and in the end he just ends up creating more hassle than it's worth. So everybody getting held up by computer controlled cars. And lap 29 now, and Fernando Alonso trying to squeeze him out towards the barrier, and once again he decides against it, but we go over the curb and we've clattered the barrier. But where's he gone? Where did Fernando Alonso go? I mean, no idea. It's like Hamilton on lap 1, was it? The end of lap 1, he just stopped in that last chicane. And as we pull into the pits on lap 52 then, the middle stint was full of nothing, just defending against Alonso and just trying to stay in touch with the leaders, who did very impressive pace and have better tyre wear obviously. And we had to change our wing because we'd had an incident with the barrier relatively early on into the stint, so we'd lost time with that as well. So anyway, coming out now, we got marbles on our tyres. And I can say as an extra information the engineer's not saying, coming out to the pits they're changing up gears and down gears, and he's saying to wear the marbles off, standard message. And oh, shut up engineer. Anyway, I'm going to carry on speaking over him for now. Our gearbox was we were having a few issues where the downshifts on the force feedback were very clunky and didn't sound right, and confirmed that with the engine wear and the gearbox wear there on the drive shaft, or the differential wear. Anyway, there was something that's worn, I can't remember what it was now, and the gear shifts weren't sounding too healthy at some point, so we're going to try and pass Alonso nonetheless. The gearbox doesn't last to the end. Oh well, that's not what we're here to do. We're here to win the race. So we're going to give it all. And if our engine blows up in doing it, we are going to do that, because it'll be spectacular. Anyway, we set the fastest lap of the race, so gearbox issues not having any effect on our performance at the moment. Obviously not good for confidence, but we tend to put that behind us, especially as it's not a career mode race. So we're going to look to pass Sebastian Vettel now. He's on the primes, we're on the options, we have the advantage. We can go to the end on these options relatively easy. And as a bonus, Alonso is trying to save fuel, so we've got no threat from behind unless we make a mistake. And Sebastian Vettel is getting handily held up there a bit by Mr. Chilton, thank you very much. First time he's been useful in a while. Anyway, we're on the DRS. Can we get Vettel? Will we hit the limiter before? Nope, we're going to sail straight past him. So obviously Vettel not in a very aggressive fuel mode as we get that last chicane absolutely perfect. It looks like we might be in with a chance to win this Grand Prix with 14 laps to go. Coming up now and trying to avoid the back markers, and we're going to look to decrease the lap pace to Rosberg to be able to get a chance to win this race. And the end of the lap we are right behind him, and it looks like we are going to get him relatively soon, as we have some problems getting the car slowed down and turned into the corner there. Lots of understeer, and we've been struggling with brake balance, locking up into notably the hairpin and turn 2 there, so it's normal to see that those brake issues haven't been resolved, because you can't change it during the race a lot. So anyway, we're looking to close down that gap, just calmly waiting, because we know it's going to happen at some point. We have the pace over them at the moment, and we know our pace was very, very strong in qualifying. Unfortunately, we made an error on the last lap there to qualify, and we couldn't make it stick. As I cough again. Second time I've coughed in 2 videos. Anyway, get back to the racing. We have just under, so 13 laps to overtake him, but we're going to do it on the 13th lap from home, and a relatively straightforward DRS pass there, getting a nice exit out of the chicane, maybe cutting the chicane a bit, but to be honest, the AI are so OP on their tyre wear, it'll even itself out anyway. Anyway, cutting forward to the last lap then, so he ekes out the gap. And we have essentially won the Grand Prix by now, because there's no real way they're going to get past us. As you can see, the gap is 12 seconds there, so we've pulled out a lot of distance to them. As you can see, we're setting a very fast lap here. It could be the fastest lap of the race, which is going to be extraordinary, seeing as we don't have rich fuel for the whole lap. And as you can see, throwing it really aggressively over that chicane there, and only the hairpin to go then, and a long straight to home and the chicane. So you can see we go a lot of time up there. Is that 0.8 of a second? I can't really see it on my screen, but it looks like it's a lot of time that we've gained, and it looks like a relatively tidy lap. So, as we confirmed, we've stretched out another second to Rosberg, so there's no way he could have won the race there. And just coming back in front, or behind some back markers, and there we go. We have won the race. Something that I didn't think was possible. So anyway, replicating the 2014 win with Rosberg behind us as well, and Sebastian Vettel in third. Was Sebastian Vettel in third in the race? I believe he was. So the top 3 are the same, and there we go, a fantastic race with Lewis Hamilton finishing in 7th, nearly a lap off the pace. So he obviously had some technical problems, and everybody behind Lewis Hamilton finishing outside of the lead lap. So anyway, that is the first episode, and if you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will hope to do some more of these videos with different scenarios in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching, and bye bye.